Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has confirmed that preparations are underway to develop proposals for a potential Russian nuclear test. Following direct orders from President Vladimir Putin, this announcement represents a significant escalation in global nuclear tensions and comes in response to what Moscow describes as provocative actions by the United States. According to Lavrov, the decision stems from President Donald Trump's directive to resume American nuclear testing, a move that Russian officials argue fundamentally undermines decades of international arms control agreements and strategic stability. During a comprehensive interview with Russian state media, Lavrov emphasized that Russia views these developments as a direct threat to its national security and has consequently initiated technical preparations for possible nuclear testing. The foreign minister further stated that Moscow has abandoned efforts to convince Washington to extend the New START treaty, which is scheduled to expire in 2026, citing what he described as a complete lack of constructive dialogue from American counterparts. Lavrov accused Western powers of deliberately obstructing peace negotiations in Ukraine while simultaneously escalating military confrontation, creating what he termed a dangerous new reality in international relations. His remarks reflect a profound shift in Russia's diplomatic posture, signaling that the era of strategic arms control treaties may be coming to an end unless significant changes occur in U.S. policy toward Moscow. The foreign minister's statements have drawn immediate concerns from international observers, who fears this could trigger a new arms race and destabilize the global security architecture that has existed since the Cold War's conclusion. In the same interview, Lavrov launched a comprehensive critique of what he characterized as the West's persistent neo-colonial yoke over developing nations. He argued that despite granting political independence to former colonies, Western powers maintain economic dominance through financial institutions, trade agreements, and debt mechanisms that keep these countries dependent on Western markets and capital. Lavrov positioned Russia as an alternative partner for nations seeking true sovereignty, emphasizing Moscow's military technical cooperation programs as tools that help countries secure their sovereignty and build genuinely independent statehood free from Western influence. He contrasted this approach with what he described as Western exploitation, noting that Russian assistance comes without political conditions or demand for regime change. The foreign minister also expressed nostalgia for a period when NATO was still sensible, recalling instances of cooperations between Russia and Western allies in Afghanistan and counterterrorism operations before relations deteriorated following the 2014 Ukraine crisis. This historical reference serves to highlight how dramatically relations have changed, while suggesting that current tensions are not inevitable, but rather the result of specific policy choices made by Western leaders. Lavrov's remarks underscore Moscow's strategic pivot for the global south as Russia seeks to build alternative alliances and economic partnerships outside the Western-dominated international systems. This diplomatic reorientation reflects a broader Russian effort to position itself as a champion of multipolarity and national sovereignty against what it perceives as American unilateralisms and European interference in sovereign states' internal affairs. Lavrov directed particularly sharp criticism toward former U.S. President Donald Trump, delivering what observers describe as a fiery rebuke during his conversation with RIA Novosti. The Russian foreign minister explicitly told Trump, "Don't lecture us. We know the US is struggling to convince Zelensky on peace," suggesting that Washington has lost effective control over its Ukrainian ally and is increasingly pressured by European partners in Brussels and London to maintain military support regardless of diplomatic opportunities. Lavrov accused the American administration of abandoning genuine peace efforts in favor of what he termed the war party approach, arguing that U.S. policy has shifted from conflict resolution to prolonging the war through unlimited military assistance to Kyiv. This assessment comes as Russian forces have intensified military operations across multiple Ukrainian fronts, with Moscow claiming significant territorial gains and tactical advantages. The foreign minister's comments reveal deep frustration with what Russia perceives as Western intransigence on diplomatic solutions, while simultaneously serving as justification for Russia's own military escalation. His remarks also highlights the complex dynamics within the Western alliance, suggesting fractures between American leaderships and European partners regarding Ukraine's strategy. Lavrov's direct challenge to Trump represents a significant departure from traditional diplomatic protocol and signals Moscow's willingness to engage in public confrontation with American leadership while portraying Russia as the more reasonable party seeking peace. This rhetorical strategy aims to position Russia favorably in global public opinion while undermining Western unity on Ukraine policy. Russia's defense ministry has reported substantial military advances across several Ukrainian regions, claiming systematic progress on all operational fronts. According to official statements released on Saturday, Russian forces have achieved notable successes in Sumy, Kharkiv, Donetsk, and Zaporizhzhia and Kherson Oblasts, with particular emphasis on what Moscow described as steady progress in consolidating territorial control. Military officials reported that coordinated operations involving multiple battle groups designated as Vostok, Zapad, Sever, Yug, Dnipro, and Center have inflicted heavy casualties on Ukrainian forces, claiming over 1,000 enemy troops eliminated within a 24-hour period. The ministry provided specific details about territorial gains, including the capture of Rybnoy in Zaporizhzhia region and ongoing encirclement operations near Donetsk that have reportedly severed Ukrainian supply lines and escape routes. Russian military spokespeople described these operations as a coordinated multi-front success that demonstrated improved tactical coordinations and operational effectiveness compared to earlier phases of the conflict. They particularly highlighted the situation around Pokrovsk, formerly known as Krasnoarmysk, where Russian forces claim to have completed the encirclement of Ukrainian troops by securing all remaining exit routes from the city. This development, if verified, would represent one of Russia's most significant tactical achievements since the capture of Avdiivka earlier in the year. The ministry also reported extensive strikes against Ukrainian infrastructure, claiming that air and missile units targeted energy and transportation facilities at 143 locations, while air defense systems intercepted various Ukrainian weapons, including Neptune missiles, HIMARS projectiles, and hundreds of drones. These military claims, while yet to be independently verified by international observers, paint a picture of Russian forces maintaining operational initiative across multiple fronts, while systematically degrading Ukraine's military capabilities and infrastructures. If you have made it this far, congratulations, you have unlocked the truth. I want to ask you a quick question though. Do you believe Russian nuclear test preparations and Trump's reciprocal actions represent a dangerous brinkmanship that could accidentally trigger global nuclear conflict within the next 12 months, and why? Join the debate. We want to hear your insightful opinion on where this is all heading in our community. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Like the video, hit the notification bell, and most importantly, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.